Welcome to the gleaming spires of Luton, town just north of London, with one of the most important regional airports. I spent the night in the Thistle Express Hotel in the city centre, or town centre I should say, whatever. And I'm just heading to the airport. It's 5:30 in the morning, so it's not too bad. Bit of a grey day outside. But I'm heading off for a little weekend away to Warsaw. It's the first time I've been to Poland since 2017. No, not 2017, 17 years ago. First time since 2009 when I did my CELTA course before heading off to teach English in China. I'm meeting a friend out there. We have a couple of days just seeing the sights of Warsaw. Actually, I haven't been to Warsaw since 2008 when I worked there for a week. So heading off to Poland today. Let's see what Warsaw's like these days.
Następny przystanek. The next stop is Logo. Dragowiec. Następny przystanek. The next stop is Plac.
So I finally made it to Warsaw. We're in an area called Ordynaka. There's a street here in Ordynaka. Everything was fine, no issues, no problems. Straight through flight, through the airport. Well, thanks to Brexit, it took a while to get through passport control, but I'm here now. So my friend is currently getting her hair done somewhere near here. I'm going to find somewhere to drink. I saw a bar just back there that looked quite promising. So I'm going to sit down, have a beer, and 3 o'clock we can check into the hostel. Annoyingly, I realised I didn't pack any of my converter plugs, so yeah, charger's going to be an issue. I might have to find something. I've got a portable power pack that's fully charged, but I have to, unless the hostel has USB charging. Hopefully it will, because it seemed like a pretty modern place. I may have to go shopping a bit. So, but first things first, I need beer. So this is Lynn. Hello. So it was her idea to come to Warsaw. So this is the genius behind this. Yeah, none of that. Don't worry.
No, she doesn't say much.
We're just heading to our hostel, just around the corner,
Just here.
and then we're gonna start our time. A very short time here. So you're gonna be hearing her opinion of everything we see as well. So.
Oh gee, as if it's very important.
It'll be brilliant. So according to this is a 4-bed mixed dorm. As you can see, there are 8 beds and more. So not sure what that was all about, but here's the bed. Get inside there in a second. Plenty of wash basins in the men's bathrooms. Next door, the urinals. I'll be a gentleman and not show you those, and also the cubicles. Very spacious. This is very clean, and showers are downstairs. So fantastic. The Brain Embassy. That's a funny thing to see. Well, I see it. Poland sent over all their builders, their electricians, their plumbers, and we sent them back crappy coffee. So there you go. And here is the plaza outside the Palace of Culture. Heavily redeveloped with new offices and shopping mall over there. And then we look up at this massive imposing Soviet neoclassical skyscraper given as a gift to the people of Warsaw by Stalin himself. And we are going up there to the viewing deck while it's still quite a clear day. Not very sunny, but should still be good enough for the views. Opulent interior with Cafe Nero on offer. Wow.
Ja tutaj siedziałam cały czas, wyjściałam wyjść na pole.
And here is the view. And all these love locks, I guess they are. So this little graffiti sticker wall here seems to have a lot of football clubs, and I saw Fortuna up there. It's a German football club. There's got to be a Portsmouth one here somewhere. There were a few stickers that looked a bit neo-Nazi, so yeah, maybe not the best thing to be included in.
Jeśli jest Ci bliskie Twoje bezpieczeństwo, Twojej rodziny, dzieci, żony i matki, to podpisz projekt ustawy, który zatrzyma wdrażanie paktu migracyjnego.
And now I'm going to disappoint my mate Rich and go to a British pub. This is like going to a Wetherspoons. You'll be very disappointed in me. nachos, and this is the white bit, wasn't it? Yeah. And that was the tanker. Oh, yeah. Now this will do nicely. Still trying to figure out what the flavour is in this.
Fruity! Happily. We don't know. Water.
Yeah, it's I think the nachos are killing it.
Maybe it's syrup.
Could be, yeah.
We don't know. It's punched.
Here is our breakfast. I love this Sviat little cafe. I've gone for the French. Is it called the French set? And Lynn has gone for the pistachio raspberry crepes with an extra dip. So this is going to start our day. Alright, coming to 10 o'clock in the morning. We are starting our day. I'm not sure what road we're on, like Priedimeshia, something like that. But we're heading to the old town and going to do one of these rough guide walking tours around the old town, the new town, and other areas. Get inside the royal castle, and you're really keen to see the Jewish cemetery.
Yeah.
That's your thing, yeah. So we're gonna make sure we get to see that, definitely, because you have a morbid fascination with graves and death and mourning. So
And we actually have seen tons of bakeries.
yeah, we just had breakfast in a really nice bakery, as you've probably seen before, and yeah, they're everywhere. Little ones, big ones, posh ones, cheap ones.
Oh gee, you could just stand in front of it the whole time.
Well, we met up yesterday in a bakery, and it was just French music. Everything was French.
Totally.
You pointed out there seems to be an obsession with France in this city, so nothing wrong with that. They're making good bread and good cake. So yeah, we're going to try and find our way to the old town and get our weekend started. We just arrived right behind me at the old town. See, right there is the castle, and we head into the actual the Rynek Market Square. So Warsaw's quite a young city, relatively speaking. So European terms, didn't really start until the 13th century, and it was actually on this spot here. And there's a whole legend behind it about a mermaid and whatnot. This was laid out in the 13th century. But what you're seeing here is almost all brand new. During the Warsaw Uprising, this area was completely destroyed by the Germans, and it was all rebuilt in the subsequent years. The castle, I think, was rebuilt in the 1980s. So that's the one thing that the communists did quite well. Else in the UK, we didn't rebuild, we just built new. If you live somewhere like Coventry, you'll know exactly what happened there. So we're going to have a wander through the Rynek. I think it's St John's Cathedral, is it? Yeah, St John's. And obviously the castle, that's going to open soon, so we might go there first. And going to see exactly what old Warsaw used to look like before the Germans came. And there's behind me, obviously, is Warsaw Castle. It was actually a royal palace rather than what we would think of as a castle. It was actually built in 1619. To when the royal family decided to move their capital from Krakow in the south up here in Warsaw, more in the centre. So replace it the Krakow Castle, which is quite famous landmark down there. There was actually a castle here before, built in the 14th century for the Dukes of Masovia, which are the precursors to the Polish kings in this region, the original rulers. And they're saying this castle was actually rebuilt in the 1980s. Thanks to the German bombardment, But it was at one point, it wasn't just really a castle or a palace, it was actually the seat of government and the seat of the parliament as well. So it functioned as more of an administrative centre rather than a big royal residence. So it should be open right now, so we're probably going to go in right now while we're here and have a look around on how the Polish kings used to live. Oh, it's warm. It's very warm in here. Sorry. Nothing on this one. Okay, so we've just done the Royal Castle. Lynn, what did you think of the Royal Castle?
It was very punctual. Say punctual?
Prompt? What do you mean?
Prunkvoll, we say in German.
Prunkvoll.
So it was super goldy,
Oh,
extravagant,
you could say pompous or
avant-garde.
maybe no, it's avant-garde. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, could say pompous.
I normally get super bored by visiting castles, but
Yeah.
this one was quite cool.
It was actually, yeah. It's not really a castle
No.
as such. It is more like a royal palace, and like I said there was the Chamber of Deputies, so it was the Parliament building as well. And I feel quite like the House of Vetting, so the vetting room, I should say, because that was, as I said, told you, the British royal family are Vettins. They're part of that royal European clan, but they're one of the junior branches. So I quite like that. But they're not as important in their family as they think they should be. So anyway, we're gonna have a little walk around the old town now, going to the Rinneck, and it's about 11:15 now, so lunch is going to be on the menu at some point. So let's have a look around. A Cold War museum.
Oh, lovely. You're so funny.
So behind me is the Barbican. It's one of the main gates of the old town. It was actually originally erected in 1540, sorry, and it was designed by a man called John Baptist the Venetian. It's a three-towered semicircular bastion and protects one of the big entrances into the old town. It actually connects to the new town. Interesting fact about this is that pretty much as soon as it was built, it became obsolete. Advances in artillery technology meant that this really didn't do anything. So it was basically a very expensive project, a very expensive, very large gate. It's kind of like HMS Warrior in Portsmouth, Britain's first ironclad warship. Brilliant piece of engineering, technology, and completely obsolete as soon as steam engines came along. So we're going to head that way into the old town, into the Renwick, the main square, and yeah, it's getting close to lunch, so might start having a look at a few menus.
I never used it in the end.
Craft beer. That's something the guys are gonna want to see. We'll have to look at coming back there. And here I am at the Rinneck, the main square of Warsaw. It's right at the heart of the old town. It was originally laid out for the late 13th, early 14th century, and as I say, this is the heart of the city as it was, completely destroyed as a result of the Warsaw Uprising in 1944, and then completely rebuilt. But you'll probably find postcards that actually show pictures of what it was like back then. Now, each of the four sides is named after a famous 18th century parliamentarian. So we've got the north side, which is called Deckert, and behind me has got the Warsaw Historical Museum, or the Museum of Warsaw. And then we have the east side here. This is called Bas, and it contains the Adam Mickiewicz Museum. I hope I've said that right. And then behind me, south, we've got the Kołataj side. That just seems to be sort of general townhouses. And then here on the west, we have Zakrewski. Again, small townhouses and a lot of restaurants, cafes and bars, souvenir shops, a few market stalls behind us. So that's still going on. And also, we go all the way around here. So behind me is the mermaid statue. Now, according to legend, a mermaid used to live in the river. She was caught by some fishermen, and because she was destroying their nets, but they heard her beautiful singing, and they heard her beautiful singing, and they set her free. And then sometime later, a very rich merchant tried to capture her because he'd heard her beautiful singing, and those fishermen, still enchanted by her, set her free. And that is the legend of how the settlement of Mermaid led to the founding of Warsaw. Obviously not true, but there is a subsequent legend that tries to say that she is the sister of the Little Mermaid in Copenhagen. Obviously, complete nonsense, but she's the symbol of Warsaw. On the shield you have the mermaid with a shield and a sword defending herself, basically, so she is effectively Warsaw. The actual one you're looking at behind me is a replica. It's a zinc sculpture. This was erected in 2008. The original one is actually in the Museum of Warsaw, so that's something we might actually go into at some point in this weekend. We'll see. The original was actually installed in 1855, designed by Constantin Hegel. There you go. So we're gonna keep having a look around on this rough guide walking tour, and there's plenty more to see. But Lynn's actually on one of the market stalls that's selling some handmade stone jewellery, and there's a few souvenir places around here. Yeah, so on to the next walking tour. All this lovely graffiti on the lovely walls they have. Seems to be the fashion.
To go for this googling out. You have to do a push, input. Whiskey, cocktails, cigars, very good.
Perfect combination.
The best combination ever. I drink to a special clock. You know that we just saw.
So I've gone for the potato pancakes with meat, and yours is the dumplings. Yeah, those are dumplings, yeah, with spinach.
Por fin vas a ver esa plaza de tío.
Eclairs, yes, they do like it looking eclairs. I'm so glad we're sharing these. That was a good idea. Yeah, because we're not going to be able to have them alone, right? Let's get ready, let's get tucked in.
pierogiaste.
No.
So we've ordered CELTA something, and there we go. It's our first beers of the night. Here is a plate of their traditional sauerkraut and some pickles. A little side. So just waiting for the main event. So this is the fried pierogi with meat and cabbage, and this is the boiled. Is that what was in yours?
Everything.
Everything basically.
Meat.
We've got some gravy on the side, some sauerkraut almost finished, and some bread, and some beer. So it's time to tuck in. Let's do it. And it's a bright sunny morning here in Warsaw. Have our breakfast, croque madame and eggs benedict on croissant with salmon. So tuck in, gonna chill out for the rest of the day and then head to the airport. All right, Lynn, the big interview. We're at Chopin Airport. We're heading off. I'm gonna be heading a few hours before you, so you're gonna have a long wait here.
Yep.
But you've got beer, so
That's the main thing.
yeah. And that's almost as much as they topped it up.
Yeah,
that was-
seriously. I mean, that's like...
yeah, that'd be unacceptable. So, what's your highlight of Warsaw?
Well, first of all, after 13 years of knowing you, it was the first time seeing you again. So cheers to you, Andy.
Cheers.
I actually really like the Cultural Palace. We saw it today in the sunshine, and it actually had something mystique about it. And somehow maybe a bit of history, of course. I really like that, and I really like the pierogi we had yesterday.
Yeah, that was pretty. Yeah.
And actually, all the beers, all the lagers, the local lagers were very nice. I really enjoyed them. And yeah, I think generally the what was it called? The Novica was quite nice. Novica Street, and especially a bit of the French touch, which I didn't expect at all.
Yeah, there's a lot of French cafes and bakeries. Yeah. Weird.
But we didn't go clubbing, so I'm sorry we can't rate the clubbing. But I'd say it was great by listening to it
Yeah.
before.
Did sound pretty fun.
I'd say one stage we'll come back. Yeah. And have another
Perfect. Great. Well, it was great seeing you again. Great for the weekend, and thanks for the idea and the invite.
Thank you.
And that's my trip over. Behind me is Gate 1N at Chopin Airport. So I'm heading home. It's been a fantastic weekend. It's great to see Lynn again. Some great sights. Great to see Warsaw properly. That was the last time I was there. I was working. Very interesting city. It would have been great to have at least one more day, but it was still fantastic to pack all that in one day. So time to head back to lovely Luton. Looking forward to getting back home.